Hello traders, and welcome to this Fluid Expert Advisor video tutorial. I'm going to try to make this short, and in this video I'll focus on explaining exactly how to set up the Expert Advisor for your pairing, your trading chart, your time frame, and so on. I will not focus so much on equity and stop losses and the other money management related settings, because this highly depend on the trader's equity first of all, and risk appetite, and it's nothing I can do to interfere there, but the trend is already established. Hopefully we can talk about that and how to find the settings for the moving averages and the non-light signal and so on. Now, without further introduction, let me say that if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you have to go to robotfx.ro and go to the Fluid web page and watch the other videos. I will not go into details now about what this is, what it does. I'm assuming you already know about this product, and you have to watch at least the 1, 2, 3, 4, the first 4 videos, and maybe or recommended the 5th one, which is about auto recovery, explains the hedging. In a nutshell, this is an expert advisor that trades with the trend, sells when there is a downtrend and buys when there is an uptrend, if you have done your settings, the EA settings properly. Now, let's go to that, which are the settings. First thing first, and there are many ways to identify the trend. Well, many traders go to a higher time frame to see how the price is moving there. Looks like a downtrend. I will stay on the same chart because this is how I do it, and this tutorial is about how I do things. What you want to see is when you zoom out the chart, because you will not see it on the normal view. When you zoom out the chart, what you want to see is the price starting from one corner and going to the other corner. Then you will have a downtrend or an uptrend, if that's the case. Now, neither of this is happening right here. It looks like there was a short downtrend, and there is another uptrend, and now there is again a downtrend. And maybe with this bouncing from this level, the price will go up again. We have no idea. But what you can do if you still want to trade on this chart, it's find the settings, and by scrolling back, and there it is. We have for this period of time since 7th of 14th of May, something like that. From May to August, we had a downtrend. It had its problems here, our downtrend. It had this big price movement upwards, and it looked like the trend will change into an uptrend. It even had this consolidation zone right here, right here in this area. But after all, it looks like, well, it appears that it resumed falling, and we had a downtrend again. So for this period of chart, you will have to find the settings. And how we do it, we'll start with the slow moving average, the main moving average that identifies the trend. And since, if you remember from the other videos, since the price will the expert advisor will allow selling only if the price is below this moving average, we want to match the moving average so the price will be under it for this clear downtrend that we have here, because this is what you want to trade. Only clear the trends, not zigzags such as this. Although this can be traded profitable as well, but being a trend trader now, and with this idea in mind, we have to find a moving average that will be above the price. Excuse me, and if possible, to fix this nonsense that's happening right here. So don't be locked to the moving averages that everyone is using, like 89 simple or I don't know, 50 exponential or whatever. Try whatever works for you. I'm going to choose a black color and make this thicker. Try whatever works for you for this chart. Change the settings, simple, exponential. As you can see, I'm choosing this exponential 200. However, the price rises above it right here. And here probably it will be a sell signal by the non-lag signal indicator, signal moving average. So this trade will be ignored because the price will be above, but I want to trade it. Look how much the price is moving. I probably don't want to trade here, which is good, but I want to trade this again. And so I will increase the period of the moving average until I can still not trade this. Then go to the type. Suddenly much better, 200 moving average. It may be not possible to trade this, so no problem at all. I increase the period again. Again, don't get stuck with the classic values. Match them to your price and then leave them there. Okay, to your chart, I mean. So this looks fine. I still don't know if it will catch this trade, but if I increase it even further, maybe it will not be it will not reflect so much the price movement. Changing the type of this doesn't make much difference. Well, not in most of the cases, but if it helps, do it. I'm going to choose median price. Right, so this is what you want to see regarding the slower moving average. Now, the other two moving averages, I mean, the other condition for the expert advisor to determine the trend was, and the default values, the ones in the expert advisor settings, are 55 exponential, I believe, and that will be red, and 30 exponential, that will, let's make it green. Now, if you remember, the expert advisor, the second condition to determine the trend, not the signal, was for the green moving average, which is called the fast moving average within the expert advisor settings. By the way, before I forget, so we decided that we are using the slow moving average 300 smoothed median price. If you find it, enter the details. There it is, slow moving average 300 smoothed and median price, was it? And not the other two. And the other criteria for the condition for the expert advisor to determine the trend, I was going to say it's for the red moving average to be above the green moving average, the medium above the fast moving average. And that happens from here. Well, it happens from here, and then the price is under the slow one. But here the green rises above the red, so it will ignore. Expert advisor will not trade, will not sell in this or buy, will not trade in this part of the chart. And I would like to enter this trade if possible. So we have then a downtrend here according to the second condition. But again, something happens here. And this is actually good because I don't know if I want to trade here due to this big price movement up. However, I would like to trade here, and I like to trade here and here, and looks like it's not going to happen due to this green-red position. So I'm going to tweak, change the settings for the moving averages for the red and green. Let's make the red 300 to see what happens. And mind again that the price position regarding these two, red, green, it's not important. It's only their position regarding each other. 200 and 100 exponential. That looks better. the red is above the green right here, so the expert advisor would have considered this a valid downtrend as I wanted to. Not here, which is also good because I don't really want to trade here due to the consolidation zone and the big price movement. And also here it looks like there's already an uptrend. So I will not want to trade it to sell, at least. I will not want to sell in this area, which is good. And so we have valid sell signals from here to here. And stop, and then the sell starts again from here. Price under black and red above green. Excuse me. Something happens here. Normally I would like to trade this. Maybe if I can choose, oh, sorry. I've done something wrong, obviously. Maybe if I can find some better settings, and then the EA will not trade this. It might trade this. You know what? I'm gonna leave them. Increase the period a little, and there it is. So much better. Then the expert advisor with these new settings will consider the downtrend. Let me delete these lines better. We'll consider the downtrend from here. You can see the red above green and the price below black. From here until here will be the EA's downtrend. And then from here, no, oh yes, sorry. From here until here, by enter this trade, it will, and this one, it will ignore this one, which is good, was above the black anyway, and again it will trade from here, sell, I mean, from here until here, and here it will stop again because the green goes above the red, and it is good because also the price forms another trend which is up. So that is the good idea. Trade the strong trends. Don't trade. That's why we have two conditions, two criteria to determine the trend. A main one and the second one, which is basically like a filter or a confirmation, call it as you want. So this is one thing, how to determine the trend. And before I delete the moving averages, I will enter the details in the 200 exponential in the expert advisor settings. That was the medium one, red one. 200 exponential medium price, and the other one 100 or 120. Let's see. 120 exponential medium price, which is this 20 exponential medium price. So these are the settings for the trend, to detect the trend that I found for H1 on US dollar, Canadian dollar. For the, let's say, this period, although I found the trend on an earlier time. Now I'm deleting these lines, and I will focus on the same trend chart, trend period of time, on the signal moving average to determine the entries. Now I'm going to try to zoom. Not try, I will actually zoom, because I need to see the indicator. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to attach the signal indicator, which is in the expert advisor settings right here. Where is it? Right here, the entry signal. It's the non-lag moving average indicator, and this the expert advisor uses only the length. The non-lag moving non-lag moving average indicator length, the signal length. There are many settings. Maybe in a future version I will import them. We will import them all in the Expert Advisor settings, so you can tweak the indicator and the signal based on other criteria, as period, displays, and so on. But in this version, I didn't think they will do much change. Let's change the colors because they match the candles colors. So for up we have white, for down we have black. And if you again watch all the other videos and are familiar, you should be with how the Expert Advisor works. When the non-line moving average changes the color, because now we have a downtrend from white, which is up, into black, and the Expert Advisor will consider opening a sell trade, if of course the trend validates that there is indeed a downtrend. It will not happen here, but it will happen here, for example, which is very good, because after that we have a downtrend, and if we instruct the Expert Advisor to open multiple trades, maximum orders is set by default to 7. These are not the default settings that you will find when you download the EA or you get it by email if you purchase it. Are not recommended settings, are just, well, generic, let's say, recommended settings. But you will have to find yours. So that would be a good trade. But what I want to do is to eliminate this this change of color, black, white, black, white, black, white, because that means the Expert Advisor will open 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4, 5 trades maybe at once, and I don't want that. Even though the price goes 130 pips after that in this nice move, but we don't know that, do we? So the idea is to play safe, and for that to happen, I will increase the settings of the period for the signal. Let's make it 21, just some random numbers. Again, don't get stuck with, don't know what values recommended by some Trader Joe. Match them on your chart, and that's the way you want to trade. These are the moves that you are looking for. These are the swings that you are looking for. Let's say 70 pips up and 140 down. Again, we have one entry, maybe another one, and you can increase it even further. I'm going to make it 25. That looks much better. Expert Advisor will not enter this trade. We'll enter one here and one here. Excuse me. It might enter this trade, and I say it might because we didn't talk about the signal confirmation, which is the swing zone confirmation. And here, this is the problem. This is what I was going to. Here the color changes, but after that the price moves up, and it might trigger a stop loss depending on you will set the stop loss. And here we will do the settings. And again, before I forget, this is a 25 signal. Let's enter it. So I decided on 25, not 15. So now we find the settings for the swing zone bars, which are not drawn because the pips away from last swing is 0. You are familiar with these settings with what the swing zone bars. So we enter the swing zone bars, so the Expert Advisor will not open a trade right here at the end of the movement. Let's make it 30, and this is a preference of mine. I always, or most of the time, set it the same as the as the break even. So if the pips away from last swing is 30, my personal trading style break even will also be 30, which is somewhere here. That's because I assume that if the price will go third away from the last swing, let's say 30 pips, it has a chance to come back, to move back at least the same distance, 30 pips, therefore triggering a break-even and locking a trading profit. So Once we found the setting for the non-long moving average, it's still a little zigzag here, a little too many trades. All right, and there it is. You can see the swings on bars. So for this period of chart, for example, here we don't have a trend. The price is above moving average, the slow moving average. Sorry, I'm talking the slow. It's morning and I just had my coffee. Or there is a trend. The green, it's almost above the red. I think we have an uptrend here. It's starting to form, the price starting to form an uptrend. Maybe not a very strong one, maybe a small one like this one, not as long as big like the downturn that we had before. But that's not important. What's important is that we found the settings. And now we can also remove the moving averages. The idea is to have a clear chart and enable the draw background trend color. Change the, if you want, change the colors to whatever you wish. These are very easy to see, to watch colors. Let's see, they are good for the eye. And that means that the expert advisor, but you already know that, and yes, I was right, we have an uptrend. If there's an uptrend, the color of the chart will be, well, the up color. So, having an uptrend, you know what we can also do? We can also increase, in this case, the swings on bars. I mean, not in this case, in any case. I usually set it 48 to be like 48 hours, 2 days. I give the trend basically 2 days to change direction. So something like that. I hope I'm making myself understood. So these are the settings. These are the trend settings and the signal settings. This is it. This is all you have to do. And regarding the others, well, the settings are explained in the other videos. One of them does from 1 to 4. They know exactly what they do and how they behave. What I do, I usually trade every day. I do not trade. Sorry, I do trade the non-farm payroll Friday because I don't mind the big movements in price. I actually like them. How I do it? What else I do? I don't use trading sessions at all. That's me. I'm not scalping. I don't want for the market to open, and I don't close the trades after the market is closing, before the market is closing, sorry. I personally allow it to do whatever it wants, buy and sell, because I rely on the trend detector anyway. Depending on the equity, I may or may not allow lot size management. The lot size, it's important, but again, I cannot advise, I cannot tell much about it because it depends a lot on the trader's risk appetite and I don't know, gambling style, let's say. Sometimes it's a gamble. But I could say that for $1,000 account, I will not set this bigger to $1 if allowed by the broker, and I will not hedge. I will not hedge this. If I want to hedge, I'll set it probably to 0.1. If it's a fixed value for, let's say, $1,000 account. Now, the stop loss and the take profit are also relative to the trend and to the price. And looking at the first moves, the previous price moves. Let's say if the we have a valid entry signal here for a buy, then I would have the stop loss ideally at 30 pips away. Or you can match the other swing, but for me, I don't know, I never look so far, to be honest. So I always measure, if the signal is here, the stop loss will be 30, 40. If the entry signal is here, the stop loss would be, the ideal stop loss would be 30, and so on. However, I leave it more space, so my stop loss is like always 50 on 1 hour chart, at least. Where was it? Normally I set the take profit very high because I rely on the non-lag moving average signal to close the trades. That means that I don't care much about the take profit. I care more about the expert advisor closing the trade when the moving average reverses. So if it will open a buy here, because the color changes from black to white, I would want the expert advisor to close it here. When it changes back from white to wrong line. We'll leave it there now. From when it changes back from white to black. So I would like to trade this to buy here. I would like to buy here. Nothing will happen here, probably, or maybe the break even will get triggered, but not the stop loss, because wrong line again. Because even if the price will go back, I will have the stop loss at 50 pips away, so the price will continue. So I would like to enter the trade somewhere there, and again close it when the moving average, the signal will change the color. All right. So that was about the take profit. What I want to do after the EA closes, I do nothing, continue trading. However, sometimes I'm not sure about the price, or when trading the non-farm payroll, some other thing might happen there. Sometimes I instruct the EA to remove itself from the chart. And I'm trying to see what else I might do different than the default settings or than the generic Forex trader. I don't close a take profit because this is my take profit again, the non-lag moving average signal. And I also don't close when the maximum orders are reached, because I always calculate the maximum orders to be a number that allows, I mean, depends on the equity, right? If you have again $100,000 in your equity trading account, you don't want to have 50 maximum orders probably. You never know what might happen, and this is especially important when, not so important when you are using a stop loss, but very important when you are hedging. And you don't want too many opposite orders, because if you are using a lot size multiplier, well, or not, the hedging always increases the lot size. And if you are using a hedging multiplier, let's say by 2, that means that the trades will double the lot size. So you must set this accordingly to your equity if you are planning on hedging, or if you are planning on making use of the martingale and having a retry martingale set to a high number of times. At the lot size, I mean, you must set it. All right, so let's stick for now with the 7. And this is it. These are all optional. Martingale, hedging. The video was trying to focus and explain about the trend and how to spot the trend and the signal, and I hope I made it clear. Again, this is how I do it. There are other ways probably, but this is how I'm doing it, and I'm happy with it. And the expert advisor does a good job detecting the trend for me. I hope it was helpful, and good luck trading.